Okay. So this is, of course, everything I do is for y'all. I don't do it for me. But being that it's our last class of this series, anything that you want to go over, any questions you have, this is a great time to ask it. You know, I don't know if you come to this class thinking of anything, but just, you know, pick my brain. And did I already gave you my email address
Right.
last week, so you have that to contact me if you need to. Is that easy for y'all to send an email, or do you prefer to call?
Well,
I like email.
I like email.
Okay, that it's easy for me because I could send it in the morning, a night, you know, any time of day, and then respond as I can. You know, you're not always able to get on the phone. So we'll just start warming up, making sure our bodies are ready to exercise, opening and closing our hands, walking around the room. Ooh, I got some adjustments to make on this camera so y'all can see me. Just, I like to try not to go backwards and forwards, but just to get my body warmed up, walking in place, pumping my arms. My body's nice and warm. The weather's pretty warm here. I went walking around at lunch today. I love when the weather starts getting warmer. It feels like I start coming back to life, just like the trees are starting to bud out. You know, I feel like I'm coming to life too. That winter, it sort of makes me feel good, closed in and just cold. So I'm happier when it's warm. My heater's still over here in front of me. It's not on today, but at least I have it. It got chilly last night, didn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
A little while,
all right. To me,
It was all day.
Yeah, it's trying to start getting warmer. All right, let's start with our warm-up stretches of all our major joints. Thinking about body awareness, holding my weight on both feet with good posture, relaxed shoulders. Get you some nice good breaths and make an effort to breathe as we go through all these movements. Starting with our neck, let's bring our hands up towards our chin and chest. Push away from our body and follow those hands all the way down. Inhale up. Feel a little stretch in the back of your neck. I like to inhale as I come up and then exhale whenever I get ready, taking me twice as long to exhale as it does to inhale. Come back up. Let's drop one hand and follow this over towards our other shoulder. Back to center. Switch our hands. You don't have to go as far as you can go, just enough to feel that stretch. Working on that range of motion of our neck so that we're able to do stuff. All the things, especially driving, so we can safely change lanes, can safely see if anybody's coming. All right, now for our shoulders. Roll those shoulders forward. Little circles forward that may feel a little uncomfortable, and that's because our shoulders aren't meant to be forward. Our shoulders are meant to be back. So that roll our shoulders back move, it may feel like a massage you give yourself, but it helps reset your posture too. So again, we roll our shoulders forward, and then we roll those shoulders back. Now let's do circles with our hands. Bring our hands up and then push down. I like to inhale as I come up and exhale as I push those hands down. Just warming up all our major joints. Now for our spine, we take our ball, we separate the heavens and the earth. One hand goes down, the other hand follows that spine up and presses up and down, stretching that spine, come back to our ball and switch hands. I like to inhale as I come to my ball and then exhale as I separate. That gives me that ability to just stretch a little bit further with that exhale. But you just play around with your breathing and see what works best for you. We all have different lung capacities, so you may want to slow down that hand movement or maybe speed it up a little bit to match your breath. Or maybe you don't want to worry about it at all. You just breathe whenever you can. Now let's take our ball for a ride, side to side, going in the direction of the top hand. Small little turn just above that knee. Switch our hands and come back across. Continue to breathe, inhaling and exhaling. Filling your lungs with air and emptying those lungs with air. Little horizontal stretch of the spine, nice and easy. We're not going as far as we can go. Slightly stretching that spine as we take our ball side to side. Probably going a little fast. I don't know why I got in a hurry. I felt myself feeling like a speed racer going side to side. So remind yourself to slow down if you ever feel that way. Give yourself a little shake as we go to our lower body exercises where one leg holds our weight. So we shift our weight to one leg. We're going to put the heel forward and our hands back. Let me turn to the side just to show you. Here, pause in the middle, and then toe back, hands forward. So whenever that toe is back, it's back like a kickstand. That makes it a staggered stance, which is more stable for you. Very good. Keep breathing. Don't let that leg start screaming at you for holding your weight. If you need to take a break in the middle and then resume. You just listen to your body. Take a break whenever it needs it. Don't push yourself to the point where you may fall. Let's switch sides. Shift the weight. Heel forward, hands back. Pause in the middle. Toe back, hands forward. Nice leg swing. Woo. As you do these lower body movements, just as a reminder, you know, you'll feel a little wiggle sometimes. You'll feel your body kind of, trying to make sure you got that good balance. Though that's those stabilizer muscles that surround your joints. Just testing to see how strong they are. And how do they get stronger? By using them, by doing this. So don't get scared when you feel that little wiggle. Straighten yourself. If you need to drop the other foot to hold your weight, do that. But that's not a bad thing. That's just those stabilizer muscles working. All right, for our other hip warm up, we shift our weight to one leg as our hands go towards the direction of the weight shift. Tap that foot out, back in, switch hands, shift, and tap. Bless you.
bless you.
That was an allergy attack. On this one right here, just reminding you to keep your body upright. It may feel like you want to lean into that weight shift, but by keeping your body upright, you're keeping your body stable and you're not falling. Anytime you lean, you're going towards falling. And that's definitely what we're not trying to do here.
Okay.
Very good. All right, next is for our knees. We have our loose fists down here, no tension in our shoulder. We're gonna shift our weight, lift, tap, and punch that opposite hand. Bring it back, shift, lift, tap and punch, bring it back, shift, lift, tap and punch, bring it back. Keep breathing, y'all. This is sometimes where we hold our breath because we're challenged. We're focusing on our balance to make sure we're doing all these moves right, and it's easy to hold your breath. Just remind yourself to breathe. Nice and steady, open and filling your lungs with air and closing or emptying them of air. I was stuck on open and close. All right, let's now step forward, step. Now we're gonna shift the weight to that front foot. Shift as we punch that opposite hand. Bring it back, feet side by side. Shift, step, heel, toe. Shift and punch, bring it back, side by side. Shift, step, shift and punch. So don't put all of your weight to that front foot. Just shifting a little weight and then bringing it back. You don't want your knee to go for you don't want your knee to extend beyond your toe because that will definitely hurt your knee. So it's just a slight little shift forward and then back. All right, now for our ankles. Shift and heel, toe, heel, toe. And then shift the weight and heel, toe with that other foot. And then shift the weight and do big toe, little toe. So we're moving our foot side to side. Back, and then the other foot, little toe, big toe, side to side. All right, give your bodies a little shake, and we're gonna go through our basic 6 movements.
I'm sweating.
You are, look at you. Okay, Tai Chi is a cardiovascular exercise. And that was something that I did not believe whenever I first started. I thought you had to jump around and really do some stuff, run and jumping jacks and climb stairs. And I thought that was really the only way to really do a cardiovascular exercise that gets your heart rate up. So I didn't understand it at first and didn't believe it. But here's how Tai Chi is a cardiovascular exercise. And that is because when you shift weight, you see, I'm shifting weight. Shift and shift. So you see how my body is going down and up, down and up, down, up, down, up. As I shift weight, down. See how my body's going up and down as I shift the weight because I'm sitting into that weight shift a little more. Well, it looks kind of like a pump. You know, whenever you pump the hand soap, it's up and down, right? That's like a pump. Well, guess what else is a pump?
Your heart.
Your heart is a pump. So every time you shift weight and shift weight, you're pumping that blood through your body, increasing your heart rate, and that's why you're sweating, is because just that moment we did all those lower body exercises where we were relying on our legs to hold our weight and shift the weight side to side, shift the weight front and back. That's when we got hot, because our heart was really working. So I'm a believer now that Tai Chi is a cardiovascular exercise. So I'm on record that I believe it. I just didn't believe it at first. I thought it was too slow to be cardiovascular. So sometimes we just got to be made a believer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's go through our basic 6 movements, beginning with commencement. Remember, we check our body awareness, how we're holding ourselves to get, and then just checking with our breathing, making sure we're doing that. Do your best not to hold your breath. I know sometimes we do it unintentionally. I always think slow, smooth, and continuous as I go through these movements as one of our principles. So here we go, and commence. Open and close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open and close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open and close. And close it out. What you think about that? That's old news by now. You know that.
Yes, ma'am.
I love that. Always remember, you know, you can practice Tai Chi by doing just that, just what we did, going through all every single one, or you can break out movements and just focus on one at the time. You can do seated, you can do standing, you can switch it all up to just do something different, and you'll still practice Tai Chi. So I love open and close to just really practice breath. Just breathing as I open and close my hands. You know, I can sit down in my chair. I mean, right now I'm standing, but I could sit in my chair and just breathe. And I can just feel myself, my nervous system calming down, you know, everything just relaxing as I breathe. And so we can pull that movement out and just do open and close. You don't have to do anything else. So that's one way. And then waving hands in clouds. Waving hands in clouds is great for 2 different things, which is completely Tai Chi. So one is we're shifting weight, because we're shifting, stepping, slowly moving to one side, and then we get far enough and then We do a single whip, but then we go to the other side. Weight shifting is how you strengthen those stabilizer muscles so that you're more balanced. So that's a good one to just practice, waving hands and clouds. Just the step part. You don't even have to do the hand part, but stepping side to side, slowly, smoothly, and continuously, you're strengthening those stabilizer muscles. That's our goal in falls prevention, is to strengthen those stabilizer muscles, particularly in our weight-bearing joints, which is our hips, knees, and our ankles. So that's a good thing to pull out and practice just for the sake of strengthening those muscles. The hand movement of waving hands and clouds, you can do by itself. You don't even have to do the stepping movement. Here, the rhythm of this movement, again, is meditative in movement. So that is calming. It also helps warming up your spine, warming up or allowing you to have increased flexibility in movement of your upper body. And my goodness, how often do you have to move your upper body? Anytime you're reaching in the refrigerator, in a cabinet,
Yep.
You know, anytime you're washing, I mean, you move your upper body a lot. So you want it to be flexible and able. So yes, moving just the hand movement. So if you just do waving hands and clouds till you hit a wall, you can open and close, and then wave hands and clouds to the other side. This is the fastest waving hands and clouds. But just a quick reminder, yes, you may know our basic 6, feel completely comfortable with it. And I think sometimes when we're comfortable with it, we just go, oh, I know how to do that. I'm not going to do that anymore. I want to move on to the next thing. But don't discount how important those movements are for development of muscle and experience of, you know, that meditation and calming your body. Just don't forget about it. Keep practicing. Do y'all want to do basic 6 anymore? Or y'all want to go to our brushing advanced?
Jenna, when I'm walking, I do the exact same thing what you just said. I stand out there. I say, I hope nobody passing by see me out there doing this, looking stupid.
You don't look stupid. They probably wish they knew how to do it.
I was when I walk and I get to a point, especially when I get in the front, I start doing the I be standing up there doing the opening, closing. The commencement. I start going up, going down, coming back down, opening, close. Like you said, just pick out one that you can do and just go ahead and do it.
Yeah, just practice it. Now,
commencement
is really a good one because of the range of motion of your shoulder joint. Range of motion of shoulder and elbow. So just the hand movements up, down.
I like to do like I'm doing Tai Chi. I just like to move like this.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
I want y'all to find something that really feels good to you, that does something to your soul that makes you feel good, and not worry about what's next. Just be in the moment of doing that move.
Yeah. I just move like this.
Yeah.
Like I'm going somewhere.
And that right there is in our hip warm up, where we take hands and we go side to side. And if you're shifting that weight on those legs, then you're strengthening those hips, knees, ankles. And then it just feels good it's like a wave.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
pushing through the water,
Right.
pushing through, and you're using muscles that you might not necessarily need to use, but because you use gentle resistance, that just feels good. And
Yeah.
the principles of Tai Chi. So I like that.
It's like you're swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
So do y'all have any specific questions about basic 6 or, you know, anything you've thought of so far?
No, I like the way you explain it to us, because when we can pick out something that
Mhm.
we can use, like you said, to make our body feel comfortable
Right.
in
Yeah.
doing what we have learned.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, because learning Tai Chi is
Uh-huh.
like learning a dance.
Yeah.
And so that can be stressful to have to remember the next move. My daughter's trying out
Yeah,
for cheer today, and she had to learn a dance. And so she was practicing over and over and over, practicing. So that's kind of stressful sometimes to know, waving hands in clouds. Oh, is that 3 steps? Oh, I don't know. Oh, well, that's what's going on in your mind. When if you just do waving hands in clouds, just to do waving hands in clouds, you're waving hands in clouds until you don't have space to move anymore. It doesn't matter if it's 10 or 4, you know, you're just experiencing the movement of
Right.
it. And that's
right. Uh-huh.
so that's why I relieve you of the stress of what's next and how many.
Yeah.
You know, but
Mm-hmm.
Tai Chi in itself is a series of
And
moves
that is so true.
done in a certain order. So that's
Mhm.
what
That
that's
is so true. That is so true, because I get upset if I mess up. I say, I know that's not the right way. It's supposed to be this way.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. You be thinking, I say, oh no, oh, I say, no, I messed up.
Yeah, and then
Then I get it back. I say,
then you feel bad. You're like,
Yeah.
oh gosh, why can't I ever do it right?
yeah.
You know, when I do commencement, oh, I shifted my weight to the wrong foot. Oh, I'm terrible. I'll never do Tai Chi. But if you just go with it,
That's what I do. I'm gonna keep doing.
no
Do the
harm, no
movement.
foul. The main thing is you're following Tai Chi principles. When you follow weight transfer, good posture, slow, smooth, continuous, all that stuff will start working and for good for your body. Even if you did 4, not 3. Even if you did right, not left.
And then with those exercises that you took us through, when we do that, that's good. I like doing that when you have the shoulders. When we do those and all those different.
Those are your main joints in your body. So like your neck, shoulders, spine, hips, knees, and ankles. Those are your main, you know, joints in your body. There are other ones that is not in the Tai Chi program, but do your wrists ever get kind of unky or arthritis, you know?
Oh, yes, I got one right here.
Okay, well, an exercise that you can do for your wrist is hang your hands down like this and then bring them back. A lot of times you'll see like, okay, pretend this is a arm of a chair. So my hand is on the arm of a chair. I can hang my hand down off the arm of the chair, and then I can lift my hand up. I'm resting my arm on the chair, but I'm, you know, hanging my wrist down, and then I'm pulling my wrist up. And so that way your weight is supported. You're not having to hold your whole arm out. So that's why I kind of got them down to my side. But here and just back and forth, you can feel the tightness in your wrist, can't you? Yeah, I feel the tightness in mine. Another exercise for that wrist is if you put your hands out in front of you together and then keeping your hands together, pull them straight back. Now you go until you feel a stretch right there in your wrist. So because we're all have different flexibilities, you may go further than me, you may not go as far as me, but to keep your hand like this, I look down, I kind of see a W, but you feel that stretch in your wrist? So if you were to move your hand up, you don't feel the stretch, but having your hands out, you really do feel it. So you're out here, and then you just bring them straight back until you feel that stretch in your wrist.
Okay. Okay.
So that's another, that's for your wrist, where you hang them and bring them back, hang them, bring them back, and then here, pull it straight back. And that's a really good stretch for your wrist. Now that's not Tai Chi, but it's still a joint and working on that flexibility and mobility of that joint. Especially that comes from the Arthritis Foundation's exercise program. And so there are certain ones that they do for different body parts, and that's one of them.
Jennifer, I go on Eric Pope put an exercise
Stretch.
called stretch. And I try to do it every morning. That
Good.
I don't have an appointment.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
At 10 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
And it's good.
Uh-huh. Do y'all do exercises like that with your wrists and all?
He does different ones. He does.
Fingers too. And
another one that you can do is if you make a loose fist, bend up, see my hands are bent, my fingers are bent down, then open my hand and then spread my fingers. So you feel that stretch, close my fingers, bend it down, and then make a loose fist. So this one's for your hands up here, here.
Okay.
I just know as we get older, our hands, you know, we work with our hands a lot in life, and our hands tend to get arthritis.
Yes.
And the more you move those hands and fingers, whether it be an open and closed movement, or, you know, spreading those fingers, it's just, there's that one that has like the little piano type movement where you're just wiggling your fingers. Anytime you're just moving your joints, you're kind of keeping them lubed up, working, or else they get real stiff. But in our hands, you have lots of muscles in your hands. So if you don't work those muscles and keep them stretched out, that's why that spread the finger one, that really feels good, doesn't it? It's stretching those finger joints, keeping those muscles working, just opening and closing those hand joints. Now, sometimes you just can't help it. Sometimes people get that rheumatoid and their fingers get deformed. And my mama has a finger that will not bend. You know, she has rheumatoid. It's like locked. So, you know, sometimes you just aren't able to move your hands, and that's just part of it. But doing your best to stay active, no matter what part of your body it is. We don't talk about our hands in Tai Chi. We don't talk about the joints in our hands because we're talking mainly about falls prevention. And our hands don't typically bear our weight unless we fall and we try to catch up with our hands, which that's what we're trying to keep from doing. But that's just a little extra. That's, you know, those are also from the Arthritis Foundation's exercise program. And you see some of the similar moves on Eric, did you say Eric Pope?
Yeah, I watch it every chance I get. I watch it.
Yes, I do too.
And is it on your Claris tablet or is it on TV?
Yeah.
It's Claire.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That Claris tablet is right cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk my AAA director into buying those. They're neat.
The guy that does it is they call him Cass.
Uh-huh.
He does the
He's out of Massachusetts.
but
where's he out of?
He moved from New York to Massachusetts.
Oh,
Up
okay.
there.
Massachusetts. But it's SOWEGA that posted.
Uh-huh.
Eric Pope that worked
It's true.
often.
I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Is it P-O-P-E like the Catholic guy, Pope?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah. P-O-P-E.
P-O-P.
Eric Pope, P-O-P-E.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, doesn't he post to Jennifer also?
Who?
He posted Jennifer, doesn't he? Does
Oh,
he
yeah.
post Jennifer?
Eric, he posts.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Mhm.
maybe he works for SOWEGA.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He does.
He does.
He does.
Mhm.
Very good.
So Miss Jennifer, I watched it this morning. It's that Senior Planet .org. I watched. I was on it this morning because it's on the tablet. So I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it.
Okay.
Oh
It's
yeah.
real good. It's
Always open to
I think it's
learning new things.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So are y'all ready to work on brush knee, or what would y'all like to do?
Okay. We can do that.
it doesn't matter.
Mhm. Yep.
Well, let's talk about I'll keep my computer up there right now. Like we've talked about brush knee, but let's talk about kind of what's next in that when we go this way, brush knee. So we're ended up here at Stop in the Name of Love is what I called it. And
Right.
so we have this right foot further in front of our left foot is down, and we're here. What we're gonna do is step back with our left and turn our hands. Let me show you how I got there, and then I just want us to start with play the lute. Because you can refer back to the videos, more instructions on brush knee, but it looks like brush knee is this. Shift. Let me get my mirror image in my head. Shift left, right toe in, turn hands, or lay hands. Shift right, bring that left foot back, separate hands, step left, bring this right hand, roll that pitch as I shift my weight to my left foot, and then follow step right. Okay, so one more time, brush knee, shift left, right toe in, lay hands, shift right, left toe back or left foot back, separate hands, step left, shift as I throw that pitch, and follow step right. So now I'm going to move to facing y'all, just like I was right here. Now I'm going to face you. So this is what I look like when I'm done with brush knee. My weight is on my left leg. I love mirror image. My weight is on my left leg, and what I'm going to do is step back with my right. Okay? When I step back with my right, I'm going to turn my hands. So let me get closer. I'm coming from here at the end of brush knee, and when I step, excuse me, when I step back, my hands are going to go like this. So they're not facing my aren't facing each other, but they're getting ready to pass each other for play the lute. But I got to set them up to be able to pass each other. So I'm going from here at the end of brush knee to here when I step back. So that's what it looks like up close. So here I'm at the end of brush knee, step back right, turn my hands. Now I'm going to shift to my right foot as my hands pass each other. And then when my right hand gets to my elbow, I'm going to follow step with my left foot. So what's happening with my lower body? At the end of brush knee, I'm here. I'm stepping back right, shift, and then follow step left. So I'm just taking a step back. I end up in the exact same position. I'm just one step further back with play the lute. So at the end of brush knee, my feet are here. For play the lute, I step back, shift, follow step.
Okay.
When I'm shifting, that's when my hands are passing each other. So here at the end of brush knee, I'm just going to say the words. I step back and my hands turn. I shift to that right foot as my hands pass each other. And when this hand gets to that elbow right here, I follow step left. So it's here at the end of brush knee. I step back. I step back. Hold on. I step back right, turn hands. Shift right as my hands pass each other. When I get to that elbow, follow step left. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
I was afraid I said the wrong word, right and left. So facing you at the end of brush knee, step back left, step back right, turn hands. Shift right as my hands pass each other, follow step left. So my hands are staying right here in front of me. Play the lute. I'm here, brush knee. Step back, turn hands. Shift as my hands pass each other and follow step when that hand gets to the elbow. Brush knee.
Okay.
So it's from the top, we go brush knee. And then play the lute. Step back, turn hands. Shift as those hands pass each other. Follow step left. So in the advanced movements, we're going from facing forward to facing to the left. And then we're going to do a few movements to the left. Then we're going to come back to the front. And then we're going to go to the right. A few movements to the right. And then we're going to come back to the front, open and close, and call it done. Brush knee, play the lute, parry, parry, punch, lock and close, push the tiger up the mountain, open and close. Those are the movements of advanced 6. Okay. Let me show them to you. Here is brush knee, shift, turn, lay hands, shift, separate, step, roll the pitch, follow step, play the lute, step back, turn hands, shift as those hands pass to the elbow, follow step. Now you may have not seen this yet, but here's parry, parry, punch. Parry, parry, and punch.
Okay.
Now we're home free. Lock and close. Push the tiger up the mountain to the front. Open and close. That's our advanced movements. So it's completely doable. So now let's go back to, we just finished brush knee, play the lute here. Okay, so we're here. My right hand is protecting my left elbow. Next, we're going to do parry punch. And so we're just going to do the upper body first. So here my hands are, I call this up and down, right? Because if they were flat, they would look like this. So up and down. We're going to make them flat. So we're going to flip. And then our hands are going to pass each other, parry. So I like to think that there's a kitty cat. She's sitting right here on my arm. And oh, she wants to be pet. So I'm going to pet that little kitty cat. And I'll pet her by going here. Flip, pet that kitty cat. And then you're going to flip. Now she's on the other hand, her arm, pet that kitty cat. Mm-hmm. Or you can think of this, you know, those fancy gloves that people used to wear, those white gloves to your elbows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can think of it as putting those gloves on. So here you're at the end of play the lute. All right, we're going to parry, parry, and punch. Flip, put that glove on. Flip, put that glove on. So now you have those lacy gloves on. Bring this up. That's like a shield. That's what we do with and this right hand comes around and delivers the punch. So my wrists are kind of in line here, and my hand is up like this. I like to think about a bouquet of flowers in that little hole. So rather than punching somebody, you're delivering them a little bouquet of flowers.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, stop in the name of love. That's the end of brush knee. Play the lute, turn hands, shift as those hands pass each other, get to the elbow, stop. Now parry, parry, and punch. Flip, parry, put those gloves on. Flip, parry, put that other glove on. And get that shield up and punch or deliver those flowers. So that's parry, parry, and punch. And I'm just doing the upper body. I haven't talked about the lower body so much. Brush knee, at the end of brush knee, play the lute, turn, shift and pass, parry, parry, punch, flip, put the glove on or parry, flip, put the other glove on, put up that shield, bring this right hand around and deliver the punch or the flowers. So I know it's a lot with the advanced movements, but it's nice to do something a little different. Parry, parry, and punch. With our footwork, when we got done with brush knee, now we're going to do play the lute. We stepped back, turned our hands, shift as those hands pass each other, follow step left. Now we're going to parry punch. What do we do with our feet? We're going to take a step with our left foot when we flip, shift left as I parry. Now I'm going to step right as I flip, shift weight to my right foot as I parry. Now I'm going to step left as I put up that shield, shift left as I deliver that bouquet of flowers, follow step right.
Okay.
Parry, parry, and punch. So I'm coming toward y'all, but just so you can see it better, the hand movement specifically. So we've been teaching front, and we're going to the left. But to be able to do these movements coming toward you may be easier for you to see. So I can start here as front with brush knee. Play the lute, step back and turn, shift as those hands pass, follow step left, parry, parry, punch, step left, flip, put on that glove, step right, flip, put on that glove, step left, put up that shield, bring that bouquet flowers forward as you shift the weight, follow step right. How's that feel?
Good.
Have you been holding your breath? So I tell you what, it's 2:30 now. Y'all make sure you revisit these videos.
Okay.
Stay on the up and up. Revisit my YouTube to see if when I put up the new videos for brush knee, play the lute, parry punch. And then just familiarize yourself with them. You don't even have to do them. You can just watch them, but stay in the practice. And then come August, we can really dive into these. We're not going to have to relearn, basic 6. We know it. We can move forward.
Okay.
Doris and I, we're gonna practice.
Okay.
Practice.
Okay, we are.
All right.
Big pricing, yes, ma'am.
All right, let's, and maybe Miss Barbara will have her tablet. We can see her pretty face again.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Let's give ourselves a little fist massage,
Yes, ma'am.
and then let's gather, and then release, because we don't want tension. We feel tension. We don't like that. We let it go. Tension, and let it go. Big shoulder circle. Inhale up and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then we have our fist with our strength, our fingers together. That's our friendship. Our thumb in is our humility. So strength, friendship, and humility, put those together. And in mutual respect, we say namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
So I can't say thank you enough. I appreciate y'all so much. And y'all know how to get in touch with me if you need me, and please do. And if I don't see you before, then I reckon I'll see you in August.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Love y'all.
Love you too, and thank you for everything.
It's really my pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you for saying that.
Yes, ma'am.
August.
I'll miss you. So we're not going to.
August will be here before we know it.
It will. Thank you for being positive, Doris, because I just want to cry. So I've just gotten attached to y'all as my Thursday afternoons.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, I will go and get my baby girl from school, and I'll see y'all soon. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Love y'all.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.